Pow! Welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is, of course, Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. Today, our Marvel Legends reviews continue with this Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure wave, but of course, it is AKA the second wave of Avengers Infinity War figures. We've already looked at Thor, so check out the videos playlist and find that review. Today, we're going to look at my second most anticipated figure in the wave, and that is the blonde Scarlett Johansson, and it is, of course, Black Widow. So I'm looking forward to having a closer look at that head sculpt, probably the best head sculpt we have had in regards to likeness to ScarJo. So yeah, let's have a look. She comes with a massive Build-A-Figure piece, obviously the core for Cull Obsidian himself. Comes with some interchangeable hands. Not too sure what they are, so I'll find that out in a minute. And then her staff that she does very much use in the movie is there in the box as well. So let's have a look at the rest of it. There's the promo art that we've seen plenty of times before. On the back, you get a little write-up, and of course, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. Today we are looking at Black Widow. More side art on the front, so yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's open her up. Pow! And here is Black Widow out of the box, and I must say, first impressions are very, very high. I don't want to say too soon, but is this the best Black Widow movie figure we've had? Probably, and I've only had it out the box for a couple of seconds. I just really like the design. I know a lot of people don't like the jacket, but it is removable, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I just mean the details on the actual Black Widow outfit. On the previous ones, and again, I'll compare them later, it was just a bit messy and nothing really synced up, but her bout goes all the way across and everything syncs up. Now, this would be really good if these were actually gun holsters, but it seems to be the place you hold her other accessories. So before I show off the figure even more, let's show off the accessories. So as I've mentioned, these two are tiny, probably not showing up very well on the camera, but these are apparently her stinger weapons. So she can, like, tasers essentially, so she can just tase someone and electric comes out of them. And these are what apparently sit in the holsters. So they fit in there nicely. I don't know how snug they are if I put her upside down. Yeah, so there you go. Her stingers go in there. So I don't know if I got them the right way around, but they go in either way. So yeah, these are her stinger weapons, and she can hold these obviously with her open palm hands. But the open palm hands are really for her staff. Now this staff is obviously in the film, we've all seen this, and it breaks apart as well, which I really like. So yeah, now she has two staffs. So she can be Leonardo or Donatello. It's up to her. Personally, I prefer Donatello. I always thought he's a genius and he only needs a stick as a weapon, but that's for another review. So yeah, there you go. She can hold it like that, or she can plug them together and just hold it as her staff. Does she break it up in the film? I can't remember a scene off the top of my head that she breaks it in two, but I'm assuming there is. Let me know in the comments if she does break it in two in the film. But she definitely has the staff on the Battle of Wakanda anyway, because she's fighting alongside Okoye. So yeah, I do like that accessory, very much so. We've never really got any weapons for Black Widow in the past, so it's nice now that we have these weapons that you can use on any of your Black Widow figures. She also comes with two interchangeable fists. These are just punching hands. She punches a lot of bad guys, so it's nice that they give us that option. Don't really get a lot of interchangeable hands when it comes to female figures, and that pops on there on and off nicely. I know some people are moaning about the joints a bit weird, how it just goes really thin, but again, it's just an action figure. Happens on a lot of figures. I think people are just trying to find negatives with this piece because it's a really good one. So I'll keep that like that with one fist and one open palm hand. And yeah, let's zoom in on the head just to show you the likeness, because I do think it's very, very good. So I don't know if I can pick up the camera and zoom in how well that will show, but I really, really like it. I do think you can see Scarlett Johansson in that face. It's up to you whether you like the blonde hair on the Black Widow character, as she is meant to be obviously ginger or red hair, but obviously she's been hiding. She's needed to disguise herself, so it would make sense for her to dye her hair. But yeah, easily the best Black Widow face we've had. Have they used that technology for ScarJo on that figure? I do think they have used the printing technology, to be honest, on that figure, and I do like it very much. So let's get into that jacket, shall we? I know a lot of people don't like it, so they're going to be taking it off. So on the side, I believe, so on this side here, there is pegs. I hope so. Yep, there you go. So don't know how well you can see that, but there are peg holes for the jacket. One of her stingers fell out, which was inevitable. But let's pop her head off. Let's take the stingers out as well, so they don't fall on the floor and I lose them. And the jacket will go over the peg, I assume. Let's bend the peg a little bit. I should never do this on camera because I always end up breaking it or something. But there we go. So now, oh, there you go. You can see that red bout, which is very Black Widow-esque. Definitely seen that before. And let's put the blonde head back on. And there you go. So if you don't like the jacket, you can take the jacket off and just have a more generic Black Widow figure. Because that is essentially what she's been wearing for the last couple of movie appearances. Especially Iron Man 2. She's wearing a very all black outfit. I think Age of Ultron had a few blue elements. But Winter Soldier and Iron Man 2, she's definitely wearing all black. So maybe we can pop the red head on her and you can have a more classic looking Black Widow if you like. But I really like that that's an option. I'm glad this wasn't sculpted on the figure and it is an optional piece. So yeah, you let me know in the comments below. Are you going to take this off or keep it on and make it more movie accurate for the Infinity War film? If you're going to keep the blonde head on, then it will make more sense for you to keep the vest on. But yeah, really, really like it, people. As I said, all the bout syncs up on the leg. Would have been better if these are gun holsters. Doesn't look like you're going to be able to fit guns in there, but still. It would have been good to have somewhere to store this on her back, maybe. But I'm guessing it's one of those retracting ones where she probably just holds a tiny bit of it and it retracts. But I don't know if we've seen that in the film. I cannot remember. But yeah, overall, people, really, really like this figure. So let's get into some comparisons, shall we? If she will stay on her feet. And I should mention that actually, these feet are a lot chunkier than previous Black Widow figures. So getting it to stand should be easier. It's just that I've got her on a cloth table. So, but no, she does stand easier than previous figures, even with those heel boot things. So yeah, let's get into some comparisons. Power, and here she is compared to the other versions of the MCU Black Widow that we have had so far with the Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron. This one come in the Mandroid Build-A-Figure Wave 2014. This one come in the Amazon 4-pack from Age of Ultron 2015. So yeah, the evolution of Black Widow. All with different hairstyles. Do you prefer the straight hair from the start of Winter Soldier, or do you prefer her look in Age of Ultron? I do think looking at the face sculpt, easily the best face sculpt is the middle one, because these two are very bland. Even though I think the Winter Soldier one did look a little bit like Scarlett Johansson, it's got no expression. She looks very depressed, or she's had a stroke. This one looked alright for Marvel Legends of the time, but now they're using this new 3D technology. It just makes such a difference to the figure. And I like that she's got her little smirk, that Scarlett Johansson smirk that she sort of does in the film. So yeah, very much like it. And yes, you can do head swaps. Obviously I've kept the jacket off just for this comparison to show you the more generic look. That one's very much more grey, but you can still see she's got the little bout. But the bout guns are moulded and they don't attach, which is frustrating. This one, they did upgrade and they do attach to the bout, the harness, but the guns again are moulded. That is a separate gun from a different figure. So this is definitely the best Black Widow figure body wise, I think. So let's swap the head to see if it works, because I'm not too sure if they're the same hole size. Okay, so snapped her weapon, but let's take the weapon off. We don't need that for now. So okay, so the skin on this one, the Age of Ultron one, the skin tone is different and she has long neck syndrome. So unless you're really desperate to have this head sculpt on this body, you're going to have to Dremel into the head so you can get it down a little bit further. But the skin tone is different anyway, so that doesn't look very good. You're going to have to keep that on your Age of Ultron one. Let's have a look at this one. This figure did come with two interchangeable heads, but I didn't want to really go through my box to get the other one out. Yeah, I'm sure you get the gist. Okay, so that looks okay, but again, she's too high on the neck peg. So again, you'd have to Dremel it, pull it down a little bit. And that one would look all right, to be honest. But again, you don't need to. You don't need to. You've got your own figure for that one. And she's got the shield symbols on this one. So this one's much more accurate for the Winter Soldier film, or even, as I said, Iron Man 2. But no, this one's my favourite. I'm going to put the jacket back in on this one and then compare her to some more Marvel Legends. Here she is with two of the characters she fought alongside in Infinity War on the Battle of Wakanda, with Scarlet Witch and then of course Okoye both holding their staffs. Scarlet Witch has got those effects. This is from the Vision 2-pack. This is of course the Okoye Build-A-Figure from the Black Panther wave. So yeah, it's getting really good. All of these are using the face tech technology. All of these faces look really, really good for £20 figures. So yeah, those imports from Japan, they're so good. The articulation is great, but they're about 70 quid to get in the UK. And for these figures with great articulation, I know it's only single jointed elbows. The most frustrating thing with these two is that they fight with staffs, and you want her to hold the staff with two hands and get her into some good poses, but you can't because the female figures don't articulate double at the elbow. Very frustrating, but even with that, these are still great figures for the price point. I say that, but she was a Build-A-Figure, so you're going to have to pay a little bit more to get her. But jump on eBay, maybe you'll find some cheap pieces. But still, I'm babbling. These three look great together. Here she is compared to Proxima Midnight and then, of course, Captain America himself. Now, she does battle her in the film, so let's see if we can get her to hold her staff. I'm sure she can. I just wanted to see how it looked. One of those stingers has fell out again. So, yeah, this staff is a bit more squared than her round thing, but yeah, you can still get her to hold this staff if you wanted to recreate that pose. So I thought that was a nice touch. Fingers crossed, Hasbro give us a Corvus, Glaive and Ebony Moth so we can complete that Black Order. But yeah, these are looking good. And lastly, here she is compared to the only other figure I've reviewed from this wave so far, and it is of course Odinson aka Thor. And these are looking very movie accurate. These are looking really good together. I definitely need to build a shelf where it actually has the Battle of Wakanda, because all these figures are looking really, really good. If you're an MCU collector, you've got to be really happy with these figures. Easily the best Black Widow, and this Thor is definitely good as well with all his accessories. So this wave is started off really, really good. Look forward to getting to the next ones. You let me know in the comments below, do you think these are possibly the best versions of these characters we've had in Marvel Legends form so far? I'd be really interested to hear your opinions. But as always, please, please, please hit that subscribe button, as I will be reviewing the rest of this wave, of course, finishing with the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. Much, much appreciated. And as always, people, I shall see you on the next one.